I did not plan to become a traitor to my own species. I was just a maintenance officer on Outpost K-17, a forgotten research station orbiting a dead moon at the edge of human-controlled space. The kind of place where unwanted experiments ended up, and where careers quietly died. The alien arrived 6 months before everything changed. She was brought in chains, not physical ones, but gravitic restraints that bent space around her limbs. I watched from the upper gantry as soldiers escorted her through the hangar. She looked nothing like the hostile invaders shown in recruitment holos. No claws, no armor. Just a young woman, if that word even applied, tall and slender, with faintly glowing skin the color of deep water under starlight. Her eyes were large, reflective, and utterly calm. That calm unsettled everyone. "She's dangerous," the lead scientist muttered beside me. "Don't let the appearance fool you." I nodded as protocol demanded, but something twisted in my chest. Dangerous things usually struggled. They didn't. Her species was called the elitheri, rumored to possess advanced biopsionic abilities, capable of manipulating energy and perception. Humanity had been skirmishing with their border fleets for years, and when her scout vessel malfunctioned and drifted into our territory, Command saw opportunity. She became Subject E-47. I became the man who checked the locks on her cell. The holding wing was buried deep within the station, shielded against psychic intrusion. My job was simple. Inspect systems, ensure containment stability, report anomalies. For weeks nothing happened. She sat cross-legged in the center of the room, eyes closed, breathing slowly. The cameras always showed the same thing. Until one day she spoke. "You are not like the others," she said. Her voice carried through the intercom as I passed by. Froze. No prisoner had ever addressed me directly before. I looked at the camera feed. Her eyes were open now, fixed not on the lens, but on me. "I'm just maintenance," I said after a pause. "You shouldn't talk." A faint smile touched her lips. "Yet you listen." I didn't report the conversation. I told myself it was harmless. Curiosity, nothing more. Over time, the conversations continued. Short at first. Careful. She never asked about escape, never begged. She asked about Earth, about oceans, about why humans fixed broken things instead of replacing them. "They're easier to control when they're broken," one of the researchers joked once, unaware of how much she understood. I hated that. The experiments escalated. Neural scans, energy extraction, tests designed to provoke a reaction. Still, she endured with the same unsettling calm, though I began to notice the strain. Flickers of pain she tried to hide, the dimming glow of her skin. Her name, she finally told me, was Leary. "They will kill you," I said one night, voice low. "Or worse." "They will try," she replied. "But not yet." "What happens when they're done with you?" She looked at me, really looked at me, and for the first time, fear crossed her face. "My people will not come for me," she said. "They believe me dead." Something broke inside me then. The decision to help her escape was not heroic. It was messy, terrified, impulsive. I rerouted power flows, delayed patrols, falsified logs. I convinced myself it was temporary, that she'd vanish into the void and I'd return to my meaningless routines. When I disabled the containment field, she stood slowly, as if unsure whether to trust the moment. "You should not do this," she said. "I know," I replied, hands shaking as I unlocked the final barrier. "But I can't watch anymore." She stepped closer. Up close, she smelled faintly of ozone and something floral I couldn't name. "If you free me," she said softly, "your life will change." I laughed bitterly. "It already has." Alarms screamed seconds after she reached the hangar. She turned once before boarding the small shuttle I had prepared, her eyes glowing brighter than I had ever seen. "I will remember you," Leary said. Then she was gone. I was arrested within the hour. They called it treason, aiding an enemy combatant. I was sentenced to life labor on a mining colony. Another dead rock, another forgotten place. The war worsened. Humanity suffered losses. No one mentioned the alienprisoner ever again. I assumed she died out there. Years passed. Then one night the sky above the colony burned green. Emergency sirens wailed as ships unlike any human design emerged from folded space. Sleek, luminous vessels that moved like living things. Guards panicked. Prisoners stared upward in stunned silence. A single shuttle descended near the camp. She stepped out, no restraints this time, clad in flowing armor that shimmered with living light. Behind her stood beings of similar design, elethary warriors, silent and powerful. Leary had returned. "I am here for the human called Jonah Reyes," she announced, her voice echoing across the colony. Guards raised weapons. They did not matter. She walked straight toward me, past frozen soldiers, past stunned inmates. I couldn't move. My heart thundered in my chest. "You came back," I whispered. "Yes," she said. "As promised." The gift she brought was not wealth or power. It was truth. She revealed that the elethary had been fractured, their fleets scattered, their future uncertain. My help had allowed her to return with vital intelligence about human tactics and intentions. But more than that, it reminded her people that compassion still existed beyond their borders. "You altered the probability of war," she said later, aboard her flagship. "You proved humans are not defined by their governments." The elethary formed an alliance with Earth days later, not out of fear but respect. The war ended quietly, without victory parades or surrender speeches. Just peace. As for me, my sentence was erased. I was offered medals, positions, rewards. I refused them all. Instead, I stood beside Leary at the edge of the viewing deck, watching stars drift past as her ship prepared to leave again. "What now?" I asked. She turned to me, eyes warm, familiar. "Now I offer you a choice. Remain with your people, or walk among the stars with mine." I thought of the man I had been, fixing broken machines, living a broken life. I thought of the choice I made in a moment of fear and kindness. "I think," I said slowly, "I was always meant to leave that cell behind." Leary smiled, radiant as a rising sun. And this time when she crossed the galaxy, she did not do it alone.